Administrative and Legal Committee to order. Roll call. I guess
Trustee Berg, present.
Trustee Kern.
Present.
Attorney Conley.
I'm here.
Bill, you're not on the committee, but
That's
you're here
correct.
as well.
I'm just sitting
And
here.
I'm here. Consider approval of the minutes of the Administrative and Legal Committee held on July 24th. Do I have a motion?
So moved.
Can I second since I
You
wasn't
can.
here for it? Okay, second.
All in favor?
Aye.
Aye.
Discuss Class A liquor license for Sip Wine Bar. Does anybody want to?
Yeah,
Yeah.
sorry. Is there someone here from?
Me.
Oh, okay, you're, okay, all right, sorry, yeah. Well,
I thought I was just in the back.
Yes.
Given that Rob's not here to start things,
Let's-
I'm guessing, everybody will probably want to see you. I think it sounds like a nice concept for that area of this town. We have just one or two little concerns we'll address with Rob when he comes up. Do you want to
Here he
just?
comes.
Oh, here he is now.
SIP,
Yes.
okay, yeah, okay. All right. So you want to just mention what SIP is requesting?
So the petitioner, Neil, how do you pronounce your last name, Neil? Hummich is here. They're looking at opening up a wine bar. Neil will be able to provide more details. But currently, they're looking at opening adjacent to the future site of Bang and Gavel. I believe the intention is that the two businesses will complement each other. Bang and Gavel having the micro beers and microbrewery, and then wine having a more targeted wine bar market. The specialty with this particular petitioner is that they're looking at installing wine dispensers and coolers, I believe they're called. They're new to the industry. The advantage is that they're able to open a bottle of wine and it stays fresher for longer, which allows the business owner to carry a larger selection of wines to then make those available to potential customers. In addition to that, the machines control the size of the pour, so that also is a little bit more of a, not restriction, but the petitioner will have more of a control over the size of the pour than a traditional bar, because it's all regulated by the machine.
Okay, I've got a couple questions. Does anybody have any questions?
Is that all that's served is wine? Or will there be other
food?
Do you want me to stand? Sit?
Sure, whatever.
Yeah, you may be able to answer the
Yeah,
question
for the
directly.
Thanks, Rob.
Camera.
Yep, absolutely.
Hello,
No.
Neil.
Hello.
Nice to meet you.
Going for a full license. Our intention is only beer and wine at this time, but I don't want to come back 6 months down the road and say, hey, we want to do this now. So I would like to go for the whole thing and be done with it all at once. Beer, we only want to do out of coolers, no kegs, anything like that. Couple reach-in coolers, customer would grab a beer, bring it, we'd scan it, open it, self-serve. Machines are QR codes, smart cards. You would give a customer a card, you take their credit card, check their ID, so you'd be able to regulate it. So if that's a concern, we can set limits on it.
Well, you could set a limit on the card. That is one of
Yes.
my concerns.
Yep.
I don't know if I want to interrupt you, but maybe we'll just take it one point at a time. So when he talked about the items that'll be served, will there be food?
Yes.
Okay.
Full
And is
menu.
it your food? Okay, good.
Yeah. Full menu.
And then on that dispensers that you started to talk about,
So the wine will all be on dispensers.
Okay.
QR code, like a smart card. Okay, you put it in the machine, you get to pick your pour. Most of them that I've seen out in the industry, and I've seen about 10 different places, you get a half ounce, half glass, or a full glass. There's
Okay.
no over pours, there's no waste. You get 28 days on a wine before it starts to lose any quality. It's pretty cool.
can you limit the number that a person can swipe? My
Well,
concern
you
is
can limit the card
wrong
value.
person gets it and gets overserved. And I
Yeah, you
don't
can
know.
limit the card value. So
Okay.
like, let's say if you had 3 bartenders, one bartender might not be able to tell what another bartender is serving somebody. Well, this, you can set a limit on the card.
Is the customer going to be able to go directly to the dispenser and get it
Yes.
himself?
Yes.
How will you know whether the customer getting it dispensed has been overserved?
Well, we're still there. We're still, we still take the class, you're still certified, you're still observing. And you're not putting $500 on a card so they can just go and get sauced.
So you'll limit how much a
Yes,
person can
and,
get?
and there is no bar in this SIP wine bar. There's a carry-out counter, POS counter, the coolers, and then the machines along a wall or 2 walls. We're still kind of laying those things out. So it's not, it's more
Yeah,
of
I
a
don't see
restaurant.
wine drinkers as being giant,
And, we're not going for 20-something, we're going for 30-something
Right.
and older. And, it's a restaurant too, so you're not there to get sauced.
Right.
You're there to taste. We want to sell retail, okay? So, the concept, let's say the machine's on the wall, hey, we like this, let's get this for Christmas. And let's take this bottle home for Christmas and then ring it out and take it home.
But that they'd have to go to a person
Yes.
where they could buy a bottle.
Yes.
And it'd be,
We can do bottle service. We would just charge a fee over retail for, a corking fee.
well, I think packaged goods though, if you're
Yes,
planning on
all
selling
would have
things
to
to
go
go,
through
that's
the
a
counter.
different.
Yes.
Well, I think that's a different license, right? Generally speaking, or no?
I believe does A allow, Rob? I believe A allows off-premises, sale for off-premises consumption.
A license, because it does allow them to do the retail sales, whereas an E license, which is the beer and wine, does not allow that.
Okay.
So this license encompasses that, trustee Benito.
That's a little bit of a concern too, but I guess I love the concept, I love the location, I love that something's happening there, especially this kind of a cool, new idea, and I think it'll probably work with flying colors. I wish it was around for a little while so we could say, oh yeah, it's no problem.
There's one in Naperville if you want to take a road trip.
I may do that, yeah.
Yeah.
Okay.
It's a little crowded, but it's a really cool concept. They serve theirs in rounds, and there's like 16 machines in a circle. But then you got a table here, and it's really congested. I just don't like the flow of it. A lot of knickknacks and stuff for sale. We're more going for a restaurant more than that type of stuff. Their menu's very limited.
Neil, there's no way to regulate who's actually using the card, though, correct?
No. Besides me giving you a card. That's not to say that you come in with your kid and you give them a beer. I can't regulate that either, if you were at a concert or anywhere else. Besides observing, and, we still get employees on the floor.
I think that's our concern, is who gets it and how they get it, and I guess no matter what kind of business you
You're
had,
still-
there's still a chance of that.
I mean, if the parent is gonna be,
Well, I'm gonna
Yeah.
maybe look out there, I think, for now. Does anybody have any other
The card
questions?
is
or
good for
thoughts?
that evening, or is it good, like,
you could take that card home if you want, but
Bring it-
you're gonna give us a deposit on that card, because they're a special card. So you could give somebody a card, it's possible. Okay,
Well, my only question was, where will the dispenser be? And it will be,
in plain sight.
well, I have gone to a restaurant with such a similar setup, and that was at the table. And I did not drink that much because it was so expensive in the end.
It's at that Cooper's Hall.
But I'm
they
all
have
over, it's
something
fine. I think
at
it
the
worked out
table.
fine. There wasn't anybody, overpouring, obviously, because you have to pay each time you hit the button.
Yes.
So that's the caveat to me.
And
It's
I'd hate-
expensive.
I'd hate to throw away the possibility of a cool business like this that I have no doubt they're gonna run the right way. It's a restaurant bar, but for concerns over this, but at the same time, I do have concerns. I don't know what you do other than see what happens.
Be a responsible owner.
There you go. And I think that's the key to all these businesses.
Yeah.
I like the concept, I don't see it any real difference than a regular, as far as control goes. But as you said, anybody I could buy.
Somebody
I
else a
take your
beer
ticket,
if you're not
your
looking.
card, and get a drink, the same as I go up to the bar and order 2 drinks and bring you back one.
Mhm.
So,
Or you put it on my
reach over the
tab.
bar and grab something.
Right.
Yeah.
right, that sounds better.
All the machines are in clear sight, it's all in one open area.
Okay.
Like I said, the retail thing I think is key because, you're going there for the experience. You're going there to taste different wines. There's no way, I don't think any one of us in the room is gonna buy a $100 bottle of wine and just say, oh, hey, it's $100, it's gotta be good. But if you tasted it and you really go, that's really gonna go good with our duck or whatever you're making for a special holiday, and
Right,
say, hey,
right.
let's take one of those bottles home. And we should start to create some kind of following there.
Sounds like a very cool concept and a probably nice addition to the village. I'm okay. The only other question I had was gambling. You don't have any intentions in,
Probably, yes,
oh, you do?
yes.
I don't think
You
this
know-
license includes that.
Does not.
Okay, so I'm being upfront and honest. Right now, I just put an estimate together, and I don't even have this water thing worked out. I'm at 900,000 to get this open, and partially it's because the building's so old and it's taken so much to get it going. 900 grand to get this open.
Do you own the building already?
Yes, I do. And now, you know, I don't want to go into it too much, but
Yeah, I
I'm
think
I'm
right
running
now, I
into
don't think we're
more
prepared
obstacles,
to-
and I'm not even there yet.
I don't think we're prepared to go into that today. You know, I mean, the Class
Well,
A,
this-
Pat, if you could tell us how that license works.
You asked the question, I'm answering you truthfully.
And I
Yeah.
appreciate your honesty.
So before you tonight on the committee and the regular board agenda is a Class A license. If you all recall, your liquor license setup for each, Class A, B, C, there is a sub-license. And what is it, Rob? AV, yeah, so in order, so all that's being applied for right now is a Class A, and that's all that's on the agenda is a Class A. If you would have, this does not authorize video gaming, so if you want to proceed with this license, again,
And
Class A
even-
does not authorize video gaming, you'd have to come back and get
I
request an
understand that.
AV license.
And I
He asked the
think-
question.
Yeah.
and
I think this current A license, you can't, it used to be if you had an A and the village didn't regulate it, you'd go to the state. You can't do that either, right, Pat?
What's that?
He couldn't go to the state to get it. He has to get it
No, I
through
have
the
to go in
village since
front of
we
you.
regulate it,
Correct, yeah.
which,
That's why
myself,
we
I'm not a
changed-
big fan of expanding those.
Correct.
And, here, I
I
don't want
get it, you're
I don't
trying to
want an
run a
unfair
business.
advantage. Not
Yeah.
only am I putting a huge cost out right now, and, things are, as it stands, I have some obstacles to overcome. But I don't want an unfair advantage between every other business in town that has them. It is a certain amount of entertainment, and it does bring a certain amount of people. I'm not looking for Susie in the back smoking, throwing down on the machines. But, we have a group of women that come in and, hey, let's all throw $20 in the machine. And in the end, if that's going to help pay for this and bring something to the village, we're not going to declassify the village by doing something like that in the future.
Maybe another time, another place. I
You-
think right now you're asking.
For a
plans to
license,
build
yes.
a restaurant, upscale restaurant with upscale wines and that type of stuff. I'm okay moving that to the board. Anybody else?
Want to make a motion, move to Class A?
Well, I don't know if I'd make the motion. Is there a motion to,
Anybody can make the motion, anybody can second it, just to move it up to the full board. It's on the agenda.
just to move it to the board as presented?
I'll make a motion to move it up to the full board as presented.
Second.
All in favor?
Aye.
Aye.
Thank you. Thank
Motion
you.
carries.
All right. Discuss Class A liquor license for Lou Malnati's.
So Luminati's is currently operating in Tinley Park as a carry-out only location. They're looking to expand into a full-service restaurant as part of their build-outs for this full-service restaurant that they have in other communities. They like to have a full-service bar with that, which is why the Class A license is being presented. Questions?
Video gaming?
No. At this point, Luminati's...
I thought I saw no on both of those, so I just want to clarify that now.
Yeah.
Thank you,
I
Rob.
specifically asked Luminati's when they approached the village about getting said license. They said video gaming is not part of their business model in any location, nor do they have any intentions of doing that here in Tinley.
And have they already bought the adjoining space?
I
Or rented it
believe
or
so.
leased it?
I believe they're currently working through the building department to get the building permits approved and everything.
And, if you want to tell us what's going on.
Yeah, we already have the adjoining space.
Okay.
And we've started building out on it.
Do you know how many tables you're going to have?
I believe it's around 50 total, maybe more than that. It's a
Full-
pretty big space.
Full menu or just?
Full
just
menu.
pizza? Okay.
Full menu with the full restaurant menu with the salad, sandwiches, desserts.
Super.
I don't really see any, I mean, it's a
love the
restaurant, it's
pizza.
Lou Malnati's, yeah.
For clarification, in the board packets, there's the menu that was provided to me by Luminati's as well as the floor plan.
Okay. Very good. Anybody have any other questions? Do I have a
No.
motion to move this up to the full board?
So moved.
Second?
All in favor?
Aye.
Aye.
Motion carries.
Received comments from the public? Does anyone from the public wish to address the committee? Let the record reflect no one wishes to address the committee. Do I have a motion to adjourn?
So moved.
Second.
All in favor?
Aye.
Aye.
I'd like to call the Public Works Committee meeting to order at 6:46. I'd like to make a motion to consider approval of the minutes of the Special Public Works Committee meeting held on September 18th, 2018. Do I have a second?
Second.
All in favor? Aye. Number 3, discuss engineering contract for Plaza, scope of services. Colby?
Thank you. This is a professional engineering service agreement between the Village of Tinley Park and Christopher Burke Engineering, providing construction plans, specifications, material testing, construction observation for the site civil and electrical portion of this project in the amount of $288,500.
Anybody have any questions? If not, do we have a motion to put that on the agenda for this evening?
Second.
All in favor?
Aye.
Number 4, discuss contract with Superior Pumping Services for replacement and installation of pumps at Post 4 and Post 7. John?
Yes, sir, thank you. As requested in our memo, we have 2 locations where existing ejector pumps are having issues with changing conditions and the materials that they are receiving. We have a total of 4 pumps, 2 at each location, and 1 at each location is inoperable and beyond repair. The pumps are failing due to a heavy inflow of rags, and currently we have 1 operable at each location. Instead of continually repairing these things at a large dollar amount, we're requesting to replace all 4 pumps with a design that is able to handle the influx of the amount of rags that they're receiving. Superior Pumping Services is our current contractor that we utilize for our maintenance of these pumps, and they gave us a couple different quotes, and the amount that is here for $122,000 is for replacing all 4 pumps. It is in our current budget to handle the cost of this.
I know I'm not on the committee. Did you say influx of rags?
Yes, sir. And people are, with the new flushable wipes and diapers and anything else, they're getting jammed up in the impeller of the pumps.
And you can't put a screen or something, or that's going to clog up the whole?
It would clog up the screen. Yeah, it needs to grind it to keep it moving.
So these new pumps will grind it. It's been proven through other towns. This is what they switched to. So we're going to use the exact same pumps.
I think we could work with the marketing department on this to try to inform people not to do this or do something.
It's kind of hard because what it is the new stuff that came out with the flushable items that they have out now. Put it cleanly.
Charmin.
Okay.
Put it cleanly.
Any other questions on this? If not, to a motion to add this to the agenda?
Second.
All in favor? Aye. Number 5, receive comments from the public. Anyone wish to address the board? The record show there is none. A motion to adjourn the Public Works Committee meeting? Oh,
Oh.
come on.
Do I come up there?
Sure, come on up.
Hi, my name is Lydia Kozlik. I live at 16456 Oak Park Avenue at the end of the frontage road, right next to the medical building. And they're doing, they're working on the road, and they've put on the frontage road some kind of burlap in all of the sewers. Well, the one right in front of my house, I have water up to here every time it rains. And I've gone out there and tried to clean things out. And there's all kinds of stuff getting trapped by that. So wondering what you're going to do.
Yeah, I can answer that. That's part, we have to have silt fencing in the manholes. It's a EPA rule when we're doing construction. So what we'll do, we'll contact the contractor, make sure he changes that out periodically
Okay.
to make sure it's maintained. That's one of his requirements.
Okay, but every time, like the last time it rained heavy, it came all the way up to my bushes almost, like almost to my house.
We'll take a look at it. They need to change it to a different filter path.
All right, because I've called twice last week, and nobody ever called me back.
Okay, I've never received a call, so.
I talked to Lynn and Bill.
Okay, so I will look into it and we'll talk to the contractor first in the month.
Okay, great, very good. Thank you.
Thank you. Motion to adjourn the committee meeting?
Second?
All in favor?
Aye.